Oh, it's time. Time to get radical.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to Radical Comment of the Week for August 16th through August 22nd, 2021. These are the very best comments from that time period. Starting out with the honorable mentions, we got Bruce the Man, Snickle Fritz, and Wriggle. The bronze medal comes to us from Robert Doman. I think you are wrong about EBaggers. YouTube is a full-time job for some people, and AdSense is not enough to sustain some creators. I agree that some YouTubers are bad for constantly shilling their merch, especially to younger audiences, but you make it sound like everyone on Patreon offer no value. I have a Patreon, so I am biased, but so are you for not having one. Regarding Lady Decade, I think there is a fine line we are treading discussing the topic, but I don't think you should be telling her what to do with her appearance. I agree there will always be those guys who make those comments, but that is ultimately out of her control. I think your first video on her was correct in saying people clearly watch her because she is personable, and it isn't fair that she gets these comments that she is angry about. My only controversial opinion is that you don't have to get nude on OnlyFans, and she may be falsely framing everyone on OnlyFans as a stripper to the detriment of that community. Ultimately, she has a right to be angry and make videos. However, she, like you, and you have the right to critique her. At the end of the day, we are discussing quite important topics, and it isn't fair to resort to name calling. Let's see, Robert, you think that I'm wrong about EBaggers, and that's perfectly fine for you to think that I'm wrong about it. I mean, I'm right, but you can think I'm wrong. Anyone in the world can think I'm wrong about it, but I know that I'm right because no one to this point can refute the DSP rule, which I'll leave a link to at the end of this upload to kind of educate people on what actually EBagging is. So you also mentioned that YouTube is a full-time job for some people. Well, for some people that have this job, since they classify it as a job, how about this? How about they get better at their fucking job? Maybe uploads that get more views or more uploads to get better at their fucking job. You know, even if it's like clickbaity stuff. If a YouTuber came out and said, you know what, I do the clickbait uploads because, you know, I need more money because this is my job. And I want to do the clickbait to get more views because I don't want to ask my audience for money. Then I would look at that and say, okay, well, you know, you can criticize the clickbait uploads, but if they're actually being honest about it, honesty is a big thing to me. If actually people are being honest about it, you know, that's one thing. But usually if someone is working at a job, let's say if they're at Lowe's, for instance, and they're not making enough money at Lowe's, do they go up to the customers and tell them about their plight, that they're not making enough money and then they need donations? No, they don't do that. So you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't call it a full-time job, but not treating it like a full-time job, you know? Let's see here. You talk about a lot of things here. Now, in regards to Lady Decades, you did mention that it's wrong to resort to name calling. Okay. I just want to put this out there that I didn't call Lady Decade any names. I tried to be as professional in my criticism as I possibly could, and what was shocking to me was her response and her tweet. Maybe feigning outrage, I'm not sure. Maybe she was legitimately that angry. I will say to Lady Decade, though, if you're that angry at criticism, then life's going to be tough for you. Life's going to be tough for you. Called me a lunatic and an extremist, which I didn't appreciate. But I didn't feign outrage and shock at that because I kind of expect that from people. I do. You know, people just need to get better at handling actual criticism. And my criticism was a bit of fake anger by her and feigning outrage, which can clearly be seen because, like, how are you going to, on the one hand, be so angry at gross, disgusting comments coming to your channel talking about how you should be on OnlyFans, and then in a response upload, oh, I don't know, not even really cover up? Now, some people can make the argument she was using them as an example, but if anything, that kind of antagonizes more of it, doesn't it? You know? Like, just really think about this. If you legitimately had a problem and you were really angry about something, wouldn't you control what was causing the problem? I will give her credit. She is not stupid. She seems quite intelligent. You know, she is entertaining in a lot of her uploads, right? I will give her some credit. I don't think she's stupid. I think she knows exactly what she's doing. And part of the reason she has those thumbnails with the ladies, part of the reason she actually wears what she does, and I've shown the uploads to several females, by the way, to get female perspectives. And the weird thing is, every female that I've shown those uploads to, or specifically the OnlyFans, they kind of rolled their eyes and said, like, she knows what she's doing. Okay? So, yeah, that's basically the core of my criticism. And, you know, I take exception to things that she says and equates every female that has an OnlyFans to being a prostitute by that joke that she made. So, yeah, you know, she can feel how she feels. She can give her thoughts. You can give your thoughts. Everybody can give their thoughts. But the thing is, we don't need to resort to name calling. I agree, for people just giving their honest thoughts. I'm not a lunatic. I'm a fair and objective critical satirist, at times on YouTube. Thank you, Robert. The silver medal comes to us from Juliet India Mobile. Sad day in Simp Nation. I honestly don't get it. Maybe because I'm married and I don't experience that kind of loneliness, but what truly is the allure of this? I'm pretty sure you can Google that kind of content for free. In this day and age, a camera has a lot more power than it once did. Where it used to be that camera brought out the flaws, it can now hide a lot of them easily. I've seen a few of the chicks who do the game streaming thing. I think thought is a term that gets thrown around, and they're very average. Not say that they aren't attractive, but they are by far not supermodels. They got their hair done up, some well enough executed makeup, and bam, instant simp magnet. I think South Park did an episode about this where they were infatuated with Instagram pictures versus the actual girls. If you're that desperate, take a step back and look at yourself. If you're RGT85 who looks like he doesn't bathe regularly, wearing the same shirt which never seems to get washed, it's pretty obvious what your issue is. It's hard to get yourself a date when you don't interact with the opposite sex. Oh, and interaction is not giving them money via the internet, in case the Simp Nation needs clarification. I think there's a South Park episode for everything. When everything's said and done, South Park should go down as one of the top 10 series of all time, I think. At least in comedy. Like, what has the show not covered? You know, I forgot a lot of that episode, but I remember it, I recall it, where people get infatuated with the pictures, with the edited pictures, and everyone's trying to get like their pictures a little better, and they're not even looking at each other, they're looking like at the pictures of people, right? Yeah. So, talking about how regular women can sussy themselves up to look like supermodels. Yeah, you know, get the hair done, get the makeup. You know, you can quickly flip a 6 into a 9 with just some makeup, you know? So, one bit of advice for guys out there trying to go find themselves a girlfriend or a potential wife, you want to see them without makeup, right? Because if they wear a ton of makeup, they're probably hiding some flaws, you know, which is fine if they want to feel better about themselves. But I'm just saying, before you put the ring on the finger, find out exactly who it is you're, you know, getting with. Thing is, guys don't wear makeup. Guys don't. Most of the time. There are some guys that, you know, wear makeup. And maybe on YouTube, I don't know. Maybe that's the answer. Maybe RGT85 maybe needs to put on some makeup, you know? Could that be I'm just thinking about him wearing some eyeliner or something like that, you know? I'm sorry about that. I have images of RGT85 like all sussied up and everything. Probably taking a bath, maybe washing his hands before he uploads. Maybe that might go a long way. But you're talking about desperation and how a lot of guys that are the simps, they just don't know how to talk to females. They seem afraid of females. They seem like or maybe they put them on the pedestal and they're thinking to themselves they can never talk to them, right? The thing is, to get yourself a date, you have to interact with the opposite sex. It's quite simple. Let's say you're a guy out there, you don't know how to talk to females, you don't know how to get a date. Just practice talking to females. Not even like the really super attractive females. Start out slow. Practice talking to females. Maybe females that are not at an attractiveness level that you would want to date. But still, you need to get that experience for talking to females. And here's a trick. Talk to females around other females. And then watch the other females pay attention to you as you're talking to another female. It's a simple trick. Females generally tend to hate and be jealous of other females. So here's an idea. And I think someone brought this up before. If you want a particular girl, talk to her friend. Make like you're interested in her friend. I don't know why it works. It's some craziness. The same thing is not true of men. Men don't care, but you just know how you just have to sometimes know how to work the system to get female attention, right? Getting male attention is easy. Just, put on some makeup, maybe wear a low-cut top, Getting male attention is pretty easy. Getting female attention, sometimes, you gotta be a bit tactical, I would say. Thank you, Juliet India Mobile. And now we come to the shiny, shiny gold medal. And it comes to us from Mr. Rusty Shackleford. I'll be fair with the price point of the Intellivision Amico. Nintendo has the Nintendo Switch Lite for $200. This is considered their friendly budget platform. They also have the standard Nintendo Switch model, priced at $300, which is their current premium at the moment. Until the release of the Nintendo Switch OLED model, Microsoft has the Xbox Series S for $300. This is considered their all-digital low-budget platform. When you take this into consideration, the Intellivision Amico being priced at $250 seems a bit fair for a low-budget platform. However, platforms don't sell themselves. What sells the platform is the games. The Nintendo Switch Lite and Xbox Series S still have access to AAA quality titles that can also be played on their premium counterparts. Recently purchased the Xbox Series S, and being able to play Microsoft Flight Simulator is amazing. And with Game Pass, I can play every game that is playable on the Xbox Series X or PC. With the Nintendo Switch Lite, I can play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Super Mario Odyssey, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, etc. All high-budget titles. What exactly does the Intellivision Amico have to offer in terms of higher quality games? Shark? Bag Toss. Games that could easily be played on a $50 tablet. That's the true issue of the Intellivision Amico. Tommy cannot expect for me to pay $250 for a platform that plays low-budget titles, knowing that for either $50, less or more, I can purchase the Nintendo Switch Lite or Xbox Series S, respectively. A platform that provides better and higher quality games that mobile and to some extent provide the same experience as their premium counterparts. That's just sad. I also have a theory that the soft launch for the Intellivision Amico is just a cover-up to hide the embarrassing sales of the platform. After all, many major gaming outlets had their hands on the Intellivision Amico, and many of those reports don't show the Intellivision Amico in a positive light. Now, when you buy a game console, when you buy any gaming platform, that is going to be your gateway to the games that you can get on that platform. Now, Xbox has a strategy different than the other platforms of saying, hey, you know what? If you get this $300 Xbox Series S, which is a very reasonable price, it sucks that it does not have a physical disc. But if you get this for $300, you can get into our system Game Pass, a system to where they offer a wide variety of games at a small price each month. Looking at that over a year, $15 a month, adding that up, that is a great value. I don't know if it's always going to be that same level of a value, but just think about that. $300 plus $15 a month over a year. we look at how much enjoyment you're going to have playing those AAA games. Is there currently a AAA game on the Intellivision Amico? That's the fairest criticism that you can see from them asking $250 for the Amico. It is the gateway to games that you're going to play. What exactly is on the Amico that's going to make you want to plop down that money to be a gateway if, unless you're just someone that's desperate and needs to play every game in existence? Why wouldn't you go for a PlayStation? Or, that's not a good example. The examples you use would be the Nintendo Switch, Lite, or the Xbox Series S. Or hell, you would have a lot more fun just picking up a PlayStation 4 at this point, or an Xbox One. That's the most damning thing, that, this Intellivision Amico, in no way, shape, or form reaches the level of enjoyment you're going to get from a console of last gen. I would throw a 360 or PS3 in there. Maybe a PS2. How far back can we go? PS1? Any takers? Let's say a Sega Saturn or PS1 with about 10, 20 games. Would you rather have that over an Intellivision Amico? That's the most damning thing. Now, is it a fair price point for a console, a budget console in today's day and age? Generally, yeah. But it keeps coming back to those games. What are you going to play? What do you want to play on an Amico? And you said bag toss. No. Cornhole. Cornhole, Rusty Shackelford. Remember it. Cornhole.